Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in NBA 2K23 going for the You're a Star achievement. This is to win an NBA Today game. Before you get started, I'm going to recommend that we head into features and adjust some things in order to make things easier on ourselves. Go into the sliders and of course make sure you hit right bumper or left bumper to set it to user. Make sure you crank all of those sliders all the way up in your favor to make everything about the game super duper easy. You can also hit the trigger again to switch it back to CPU and make sure you crank all of those down all the way down to 0. And then just back out to save, and then that should put everything in our favor. Then we're going to head over to settings and we're going to crank the quarter length down to a minute. This way we can get the achievement super duper fast and not have to sit through an entire game. Back out to the main menu and then go to play now. NBA Today is going to be the third thing on the menu, so make sure you click on that, and it's basically going to give you a list of all of the current real-life NBA games playing on the current day. Now, unfortunately, this achievement is going to have a time limit to it. You can only work on this achievement during the actual NBA season, so you have until the last game of the NBA Finals of the current year in order to get this one done. But all you have to do is just make sure you pick one of the games on that list if the NBA season is still going on, and then all you have to do is just make sure you play and then win one of these games. Besides the expiration date, this is going to be exactly like any quick play game, so you can plug in a second controller in order to make things even easier. Just get into the game, and then all you have to do is just win. I'm just going to recommend that you get the ball on the main controller going for the achievement, have them score, and then just run the clock out. Because we're doing this with 1 minute quarters, the game should go by super duper quickly. Once you put some points on the board and get the ball with the second controller, just have them either turn it over, throw the ball away, or they can just hold it to eat up the clock. Easiest thing to do is to just waste time, of course, and make sure that the second controller doesn't score. So just make sure you just keep stalling, and then that clock should tick away. You're going to have 4 quarters of this 1 minute each, so this one should go by super duper quickly. Just make sure you do this for all 4 quarters, and you should be more than good for the win on the controller getting the achievement. And of course, once it's all said and done, you should be good for said achievement. So just make sure you take care of this. Of course, you can also use this time to have fun and put up a bunch of points on your main controller if you really want to. But nonetheless, the most efficient way is to just eat up as much of the clock as possible. And thankfully, with the use of a second controller, you can control the outcome of the game very easily. Even if you do make any major mistakes, you can just pass the ball back to the controller getting the achievement and then just put up more points and then ensure that you get the win either way. So here we are running out to the first quarter, and then we're just going to repeat this for quarters 2, 3, and 4. Every time you start a new quarter, just inbound the ball, make sure you move it past the half court line and just run out that clock. Turn the ball over to the other team, have that team run the clock out on their side, and then just rinse and repeat until the basketball game is said and done with. And we're just going to keep this up until the last possession, and then once that clock expires all the way down to 0, we should be good for the win and the achievement that goes along with it. Another 15 gamer score to add to the bank, and that's all there is to it.